David Faustino.
Hello, this is Andrew Chalmers, the writer and doctor in Doctor Who Dark Journey.
This is Dr. Steve-O.
Everybody, this is the Cavernator.
This is Inspector Gadget.
Hey, what's cracking, y'all? It's your boy J-Rock.
Good evening, folks. This is James DeBell.
This is Jeremy Taggart.
This is Kim Possible.
I'm Chris Holden-Lee.
Hey, this is Pat Mastroianni from Degrassi.
This is the evil Dr. Bad Vibes. Again, this is Messy Bear. And this is more from X-Men.
Hey, this is Andrew Gustess.
This is Sean Gunn.
Hi, this is Robert Carradine.
It's Tammy Stronach from The Neverending Story.
Hey, it's Zach Callison.
Hey, I'm DJ Jenny Rob.
And I'm Neil Young.
I'm Commander Shepard.
Ralph Garman here. You're listening to Droids Canada. You've made an excellent choice. You have chosen wisely.
Warning. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello.
Oh my god, I'm going to say something that I have not said.
What's that?
Shut up, cat. That wasn't it, though. Welcome to an episode of Droids Canada Podcast.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Welcome back, buddy.
Rolls off the tongue.
Droids Canada Podcast.
It's been so long.
It has been.
Forever.
But we're back.
We're back. We decided to come out of retirement because everything's going back to normal.
Your cat's going nuts, man.
Yeah.
Nothing. As soon as you want the cat to say something, the cat
just pisses off.
Yeah.
So it's funny, the first podcast back is over the Marvel lawsuit that's going on right now.
Yes.
Marvel sues to retain control of the Avengers characters. They filed a series of lawsuits in a bid to retain full control of characters such as Spider-Man and Iron Man. The complaints came after the estate of the late comic book artist Steve Ditko filed a notice of termination with the U.S. Copyright Office for the copyright of Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Both are currently held by Marvel Entertainment, but the estate of Ditko, who co-created both creators with the late Stan Lee, is looking to terminate the grant of copyright to Marvel by June 2023. How is he doing that dead?
The estate.
So someone's saying they should do it.
When he passed, somebody took over the estate and the creative control, I guess? I don't know.
I think someone just wants money.
You think that? Think that's what it is?
Why? What are you going to do with those characters?
But yeah. Exactly.
What are you going to do with them?
Well,
seriously, what are you going to do with them? You're going to be like, okay, I have characters, cool. So
it's going to be like Blood Diamond. It's just going to get put in a drawer.
Yeah, it's going to get put in a vault that no one will ever see. Like,
you see Blood Diamond?
Good movie.
It was a great
Leonardo
movie.
DiCaprio, good movie. Dies at the end, poor bastard.
I know.
But I just don't see the value of going, I got to make sure I get these characters back because, Marvel shouldn't be using it as much as they're using them.
These characters are bigger than they ever have been because of the Marvel Universe.
And it's funny because Marvel almost went over 3 times over the years.
Not many people knew Doctor Strange until the movie.
Unless they're a real comic book nerd, they would never have known.
Yeah, it's
same Guardians of the Galaxy stuff like that.
A lot more people know that because of the movies, which has increased the value. Now, do you think it's because the value of the character has been increased so much due to the cinematic universe that that's why they're wanting it back? Or
I don't understand why they're like, as long as they're getting paid at the end of the day, who cares? Because, Marvel Comics almost declared bankruptcy on multiple occasions in the last 40 years. It wasn't until the boom of the comic book movies what saved them. And even then, they're still going through issues right now trying to sell comic books because people don't want to buy comic books anymore.
They want to see movies.
They want to see movies.
They want to play video games.
So you've hurt your own industry.
Yeah, to a point.
Right? As an example, I went to the comic book store. I have to pay the American prices.
You got to pay the American prices?
I have to pay the American prices.
It's like a Tommy Hilfiger shirt.
They're losing money. Because the comic books up here being sold are losing money.
Now, do you think that, is the independent comic still going strong?
I don't know how they're surviving, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well,
because I think comic books in general are a past art. And just kind of and I'm not just saying just comic books in general, books even in general. With all the digital situations that are happening right now, moving everything with Kindles and your phones. And
thanks, Amazon.
Yeah.
Ruining everything.
I don't understand how people feel that it's still palpable to be able to be like, well, you're going to still buy a book. I still buy it because I like the feeling of books. I always will. So does Amanda. Amanda's got a huge book collection because she likes to look at her book collection. Mind you, I think she's got too many books, but that's just me.
Yeah, I won't read a book online. I won't read a book on a Kindle. I'll only read a book holding it.
I actually do buy books. As long as the book actually is appealing to me. It normally ends up being like a wrestling documentary or even like a graphic novel or stuff to that effect.
See, I like music docs.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with music docs either.
And the whole Star Wars universe too. That's a good book series. Nerd.
No, but
do you think if Disney actually loses this court case, do you think they would ever try to revamp a character but make it just a little bit different?
I don't know.
Metal Man.
Metal Man.
Yes.
Ron Man.
Professor Strange.
Arachnid Man.
Arachnid Man.
God, it's like the fucking GoBots of Transformers. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Optimal Primus.
No, literally, we were talking about it earlier. It's like the knockoff costumes at Spirit Halloween.
Oh God. Oh yeah, but they're ingenious though. They worked.
Well, the best one is the the father who's not there. It's
No,
just a morph.
There was like
suit
a
that you don't
Beetlejuice
see.
one, and it was just like Juice Guy. I was like, oh, God.
Stripey suit, Juice Guy.
Well, some of them are very innovative with they named them. Like there was a Crazy Quinn, and it's like Harley Quinn, and
I honestly think it's a bunch of people who are stoned laughing that are making up these
trying
names.
to find
like,
loopholes.
let's see if this will work.
Trying to find loopholes to make it work.
Yep.
It's like well, let's say it was like Spider-Man, or like man who was bitten by a spider. That's what it was.
Was it a man bitten by a spider?
Well, yeah, it was. Well, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But this whole situation makes me laugh because the comic book industry in general is just drowning, and to see these type of lawsuits makes you go, you know, it's like, really?
But
this is a money situation. This is like, hey, we want it back, and then Disney's going to show up and go, well, I'll give you like X amount of dollars for you to piss off.
With the height of fandom right now, though, it's the perfect time to strike because people will get mad because
I don't think it's at a high right now.
I do think it's at a
low.
high. No, I think it's at its peak right now. When it comes to the cinematic stuff, with all the Disney Plus shows, all the Marvel shows, like the ratings on those are amazing. Like people are signing up for the
Unless
Disney
you're Black
Plus
Widow.
Just for
Do you think she was in the right?
Yeah.
She got hosed on that.
If you say you are going to do something, you do that. If you don't do that and it affects you monetarily, then you have an issue with it. And that's what happened.
They're going to have to figure something out to figure that out because that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
That looks really bad.
Has that been happening all over Hollywood now?
That's happened a few times.
And
this wasn't the only movie. That's why a lot of
blaming COVID.
the director of Dune, they wanted to release that in digital, and he said nope, because he knew what they were going to do. They're going to release it digitally, and he wouldn't get a cut of that. But then when the movie goes in the theater, go, well, here's your money. Well, what about the digital releases that you got billions of dollars?
What they should do is, if they are going to change how the release is done, they need to renegotiate the contracts with the people, stating, okay, we're going to do this on digital. You weren't going to get any cut of digital, but you get 1% or 2% or whatever it is.
I'm sure they could have figured out something to make it work, and they chose not to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it always boils down to.
For money.
It's always money. And that's what makes me upset. Excuse you.
Was that the cat or the...
Cat sneezing.
I was going to say cat or fiance?
No, that was the cat.
That was the cat.
Amanda, she doesn't sneeze as loud.
No. But
She's
she does. But she does do a great Jurassic Park.
Burr, 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 burr. Let it go, Dan. Let it go.
It made me cry. It was so funny.
So you haven't watched any movies yet. So you haven't seen. Have you seen Black Widow at least?
No.
You haven't seen the Shang-Chi and the 5 Rings of Wisdom.
No.
You're definitely not going to see Venom.
Probably not.
What is wrong with you?
Work nights.
You always have excuses.
I work nights.
Are you a politician? Because I feel like you're a politician.
I could be a politician. If I was a politician, this world would be much better.
Really?
100%.
There you go.
100%.
There you're running next time.
What's that?
You're running next time.
Why would I do that?
Because you got your slogan. If I was running, things would run better.
Yeah.
That's what your slogan is.
No.
Or it should be, I got you.
Don't worry, I got you.
I got you.
What are you going to do with the struggles of NATO? Don't worry, I know a guy.
No, you should do Chris
I know
Canyon. Who better? Just say, well, who better?
Who's better than Dan Moe?
Dan.
Everybody.
Who's better than...
No, nobody.
Who's better than Dan Moe?
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm going to do
start
that.
This up again.
I'm going to start.
Dan.
How many times have you done things that irritated me? Or how many times you've done things to trigger me because you think it's funny?
Dude, I seriously never, ever do that.
You motherfucker. Can't believe you did that right there.
That's what I do. It's my job.
I mean, you're missing out on some good Marvel films. That's for sure.
No, like I know I will eventually get to see them. It's just with the move and with everything that's going on. It's
Excuses.
It's really.
But you made sure you got to watch all the Mandalorian.
Really heavy excuses. That's what it is.
You're so busy you don't even have time for excuses.
Podcast, 2 radio shows, working 2 jobs, trying to move. Busy.
One day you'll be moved.
Sorry, trying to renovate.
One day you'll be moved. I don't know what day that'll be, but one day.
No, it's we're moved. It's just the renovations of the old place to get it sold.
Well, yeah, but you got to do that all by you.
Yes, while still being injured.
Whilst.
You know, somebody was like, "Oh, why don't you just pay to someone do it? Why don't I get to pay him with fucking buttons?"
Maybe people like buttons.
Do you accept buttons?
What is the currency, sir?
Do you take buttons?
Maybe you should have worked out a better deal than ScarJo. Give him a little extra money on the side, a little scratch.
So she had no idea they were doing that?
No.
Yeah, see?
And by the time she would have found out anyways, it was already too late.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much money they made on the digital release of Black Widow, but I mean, I know for a fact if I was making a movie, that's a shortfall. Like, what if your movie, let's say you sign on to a contract that, I don't know, you make 1% of whatever the movie made. The movie made $500 million to make, and you only made fucking $700,000. So you're gonna get 1% of $200,000?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that would.
You'd be like, really? What the fuck?
That would upset.
Because you can't. The movie budgets are just so high nowadays.
Well, with their popcorn flicks, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you're doing some sort
cost
of
like $1 billion to make a movie.
Thing.
Hopefully, we'll cross the barrier. Like I just can't think in my right mind why a movie would cost $300 million to make. I cannot fathom why it would make $300 million to make. But mind you,
special cameras.
Special cameras.
It costs a special camera.
It didn't cost as much to make movies in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, but also
it really ballooned with the CGI that was supposed to make things easier. It just got more expensive.
You didn't. Also, you didn't pay as much to get into a movie then, because now you got to think the cost of a movie plus the money for 3D plus. It's all a bunch of pluses. You look busy there. What are you doing?
Okay. The most innovative movie of our time was The Matrix. Can we agree?
Yes.
How much did it cost to make? Guess.
I'm going to say $5 million.
Add 58 to that, and you'll get to $63 million.
$63 million.
It grossed $500 million.
Okay, that was a good. That's a good grossing movie.
But that's a movie that utilized a lot of technology at that time that was still brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Had great cinematography, had good actors, not shit actors, good actors.
It also had a couple of great gaffes in it too.
It had everything, but yet that cost $63 million to make. But a movie like Transformers, which is literally Mark Wahlberg talking to green cutouts, will cost you $500 million to make.
Those green cutouts are expensive, dude.
They are very expensive. So that's the thing, though.
It was green screen for Matrix too, wasn't it?
Some of it, yeah. The first one was more practical. It was the next 2 movies that went more green screen because it got a little bit out of control.
Yeah, so all your Marvel movies and stuff is all green screen stuff?
Yeah, mainly.
It's all green screen.
Like, you go to watch it, like the whole battle sequence of Infinity Wars, whatever. That was just green screen. All of it. Just green screen. Which is cool, whatever. It makes sense. You can't just demolish a country.
You see the behind-the-scene clips of, everyone's dressed in their costumes kind of hanging out, except for a few people that are just wearing green suits with balls all over them.
Mocaps.
Mocaps?
Mocaps.
I call them balls.
Motion capture.
You look like balls. Mocaps.
But that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for checking into our first episode.
If I got a mocap and put it on my forehead, can I be filmed with a unicorn horn at all times?
Anyways, thanks for listening to the podcast. Dan is being a fucking simp. I thought you liked that. I like how I'm going to say it. Simp. Gaslighting.
Stop it.
Random anxiety. Medical worries.
You never lived up to your potential.
Disappointing the parents. Thanks for listening to Droids Canada podcast. We'll see you next week.
Going back to school.
Bye-bye. Dan, what happens every Thursday?
That would be DCR Droids Canada Radio.
And what time is it out on Thursday?
That's from 9 till 11 p.m.
Dumb question. Where do you find it?
You find that at accessradio.ca.
And what's the best part?
It's free.